Today we back with some more true crime, cause you know I am a real crime scene investigator, bro. Like you see from the last video, I'm certified. I figured out the crime scene in like 5 seconds, bro. Like, and if you ain't chatted out, bro, I'm gonna leave the link in the description, bro. But let's go. We got basically teen killed his family for fame, bro. Crazy title, but let's get into it, bro. Oh, this is recent. Okay.
Broken Arrow 911. Hello?
Oh, my brother's attacking my family.
Your dad
Wow.
is attacking your family?
No, my brother.
This is crazy.
I think I just stabbed mom.
You stabbed your mom?
When she was walking away, I think I had to go for a neck, but, you know,
Is that when you cut yourself then?
yeah, I think after that.
Where did you stab her?
I think I had to go from behind and cut her back.
Did you cut her?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would call him back when James Egan Holmes. James Egan Holmes.
I ain't gonna lie, Jit look like a weirdo. Just saying. I just had to say it, bro. He look like a weirdo, bro.
Is a guy that shot up the theater.
In Colorado?
Yeah, he killed 12 and,
Wow. How many were killed in Columbine?
Columbine, I don't know, like 15,
Okay.
I think.
Did you guys have a goal? Did you have a number?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kill like 50.
Okay.
I don't have a goal. He just wanted to be famous.
What did you want?
Me?
You keep talking about what he wanted. What did you want?
Team coverage this evening. One of the brothers accused of murdering his 5 family members in Broken Arrow.
5 members of a Broken Arrow family murdered. One member of the family, a 12-year-old girl, survived and identified
She
her
survived?
brothers as the killers.
Both of them? They look weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They look like, bro. Yeah, 2013.
This is a YouTube video of the Beaver Brothers filmed in 2013, a stark contrast from the previous clip. This is a fun-filled video of 2 teenage brothers trying out their way to be creative and famous. The eldest of the 7 siblings, Robert and Michael, were pretty close. The family lived at 709 Magnolia Court, Oklahoma.
And they dropped it
However, in
low.
the
That's
present day,
crazy.
their house doesn't exist anymore.
They
There's a
don't?
reflection park in the same location.
Wow.
The tragedy behind turning this home into a reflective
Oh my
park was
God, they
heart-wrenching.
rich, bro.
A home where sweet laughters and giggles that echoed
Real
were
bread.
silenced forever. A crime was committed that questioned the boundaries of human behavior.
Real bread.
Before we proceed, a little heads up. This video contains intense topics and unsettling psychological.
Heads up, everybody. So if you got a weak stomach, go ahead and click off. I don't blame you. Click off. But for y'all that's still here, let's go. Let's do it.
Elements of the human mind.
Let's do it.
Viewer discretion is advised. Your well-being and mental health are the top priority.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go.
At 11:30 p.m. of July 22nd, 2015, Broken Arrow police received a call from a 12-year-old named Daniel Beaver reporting a family attack at a house on East Magnolia Court.
Broken Arrow 911. Hello?
Oh,
Hi, where are you at?
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma 7411.
What address?
709 Magnolia Court.
Okay. Are you the only one there?
No, my brother's attacking my family.
Your dad is
Whoa.
attacking your family?
No, my brother. He has an idea stealing me. Oh, millions of people now.
Okay, who's attacking your family?
Stop acting this. I would have, bro. Oh my God, bro. I would have lost it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, didn't I just tell you my brother, bro? Like, listen, Linda. God,
Who's attacking your family?
Yes.
Who is it?
you dumb.
Do they
I'll call back.
Are you there?
I hope the dispatcher get fired.
These were Daniel's last words, as just after the call, he was
Wow.
stabbed 21 times by his elder brother, Michael.
I hope she got fired, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I hope she did, bro.
Upon arrival, they discovered 13-year-old Crystal with multiple stab wounds, who identified her brothers, Robert and Michael, as the killers. Tragically, 5 members of the Beaver family, including the father, mother, and 3 siblings, were found deceased.
Wow.
The youngest sibling, 2 years old, Autumn, was found unharmed, sleeping in her crib. Michael Beaver, aged 16, and Robert Beaver, aged 18, were discovered hiding in a wooded area behind their family's residence, allegedly covered in dirt and blood. Both were subsequently arrested post-midnight by K-9.
Legit.
Both
Big
were
ass
taken
head,
into custody,
legit.
facing charges of 5 counts of
Goddamn
first-degree
walking.
murder and 1 count of
Goddamn
assault and battering
bobblehead.
with a
What the
deadly weapon.
fuck?
The following interrogation is of Michael Beaver, who explained all the unanswered questions. Questions about the intricacies of the
Look at-
crime,
look at- look
its
at that
gruesome
Roblox
nature,
ass
and most
head, bro.
importantly, the
Square
reason
ass head,
behind
boy.
killing their own family.
You just gonna read some stuff to you. It makes it legal
Minecraft
for us
ass
to
head,
talk to
boy.
you, okay?
Going mining in the lab, boy.
So like I told you when I met you at the jail, my name's Eric. I'm a detective here with Broken Arrow Police. Like she told you from Andrea, she's a detective also. We just want to spend some time, maybe talk and discuss some things and maybe ask you some questions, let you ask us some questions and
I'm hot, bro.
make sure we're all comfortable with what's going on and then we'll go from there.
Yeah,
That sounds
dispatch
good.
him.
Okay.
In Michael's interrogation, his demeanor appears notably anxious and fatigued, with visible signs of nervousness in both his facial expressions and body
Cause we know you
language.
did it, bro.
This suggests that
Like,
he may be experiencing significant stress or discomfort during the questioning. Considering Michael's age and also the gravity of the crime, Detective Eric
Wow.
Bentz adopts a reassuring and persuasive tone to make himself more approachable towards Michael. However, the subtle assertiveness in his body language also sets the intention of the interrogation clear to Michael.
Okay, so you probably heard or seen this on TV before, but it's your notification rights, it's your Miranda rights. And so I'm gonna read them to you, but I wanna sit here where you can see the paper, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read 1 through 5 right here. And so I'll read them and you kind of can look at it with me. I wanna make sure you understand all these. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to answer any questions or make any statement. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions, and you have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, the court will
man, just throw the
appoint
book at
one
him,
for
bro.
you before you're asked
I
any
ain't gonna lie,
questions.
throw the book at that boy, bro.
It's hard to read it sideways. If you
You
want to
deserve it.
answer
Throw the
questions
book at
now
him.
without a lawyer being present, you may do so. You have the right to stop answering questions at any time. So you understand what those are saying? Basically, if you want an attorney, just tell me. If you don't like any of the questions I ask, just tell me to stop. If you get uncomfortable, we'll stop whenever you want. Kind of, you're in control. Does that sound good? Okay.
Man, throw the book at him.
So what I want you to do is I'm gonna read this waiver to you right here, and you look at it as I read it to
And
you.
L
Don't make sure
dispatcher,
you
bro. I ain't gonna lie,
understand.
dispatcher is hot,
It says,
bro.
I
ain't
have
gonna
read
lie,
the
bro.
statement of my rights shown above. I understand what my rights are. I'm willing to answer questions and make a statement. I do not want a lawyer present at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure of any kind has been used against me. So if you agree with that statement that I just read to you, that you're looking at, if you'll sign right there for me.
I don't know how well I can do my signature, but
Yeah, just whatever you can do the best.
Man, bro.
Okay, that's all we need. So you put high school for your formal education,
Yeah.
and are you presently on any drugs or medication? You answered no. Are you under the influence of alcohol? You answered no. And you do read and speak English, obviously, you put yes.
Yeah.
Sound good? Okay.
Do you take any prescription medications?
As Detective Bentz reads out Michael's rights with patience, Michael responds with frequent head nods and direct eye contacts, suggesting that he wants to actively engage and cooperate throughout the interrogation. He decided to cooperate because he was already aware that the police knew he was directly involved in the crime.
Exactly. Ain't no point. You go ahead and tell it, big bro.
Man, I'm
caught,
just
bro.
kind of got thrown into this, so I was hoping maybe you could kind of just go back at the beginning when all this started and kind of tell me what happened, because I need
Alright,
kind of
lock
the
in,
details
chat.
so we know and understand what.
Go ahead. You know, tell us.
okay, so the very start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Is when we first really started talking.
So when you say we, who are you talking about?
Me and my big other brother is also.
Your brother?
Yeah, who's he has to do with me.
And what's his name?
Robert Beverly.
Robert? Okay. And how old is he?
18.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
A couple months ago, I think back to the start of this year, we started talking about voodoo and rampage and stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't take it seriously at first, but then he started buying like body armor and stuff.
Where did he buy body armor from?
eBay and Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, legal.
Does
Yeah.
he have a job?
He did at Mike Tech. He quit at the start of the year. And basically, it just kept escalating. He kept getting ruined, and he asked if I wanted any, and I said yes. So he got me my own set.
Okay.
And then about a month, about like June 30th, is when he came to me and said he found out that he can legally buy guns without permit in Oklahoma. That he could.
Wow.
Okay.
And that's when he started planning.
Michael's response to the first question related to the crime marked
What's that? I was gonna say you could do that in Florida, but you can't do that in Florida. You can legally carry a gun if you're 21 without license in Florida.
by a deep sigh suggests a degree of emotional weight or hesitation. As Michael continues to describe the planning of the crime, there is a noticeable shift in his voice and posture. His voice becomes clearer, and there is a hint of passion, which suggests that he is becoming more emotionally invested or engaged in sharing the details of the planning.
Okay.
Or something. And then he bought, I think it was like 250 shotgun rounds
Okay.
on eBay. Not eBay, but some
On
website.
some website.
And then I think he bought close to 1,000 rounds.
1,000 rounds?
Okay.
And
But he still.
They ain't check that. They just let somebody buy 1,000 rounds on. Wait, you say Amazon?
Oh, so
They
you're
did. They
supposed
don't
to
check
look
that.
this up.
They just let you buy 1,000 rounds on Amazon, bro.
While Michael informs detectives the details of the weapons and the ammunition that Robert bought, Detective Bentz gives a surprising expression with the word wow. This expression may genuinely reflect his astonishment at the amount and nature of the weapons and ammunitions discussed.
Wow.
It can also be a deliberate strategy to take out more information from Michael. By expressing surprise or amazement, the detective is probably attempting to create an atmosphere where Michael feels encouraged to share additional details. In this
All right,
case,
let's
the
go.
response
Come
is
on.
quite
Give it to
spontaneous,
me, bro.
and thus it's most likely that the detective is surprised more than strategic.
I'm surprised.
So then so he was buying weapons because you guys had talked about murdering.
Yeah, and he started planning it.
Okay.
And I went
Wow.
along with it because I didn't see the other way. I thought I wouldn't want to do it. I very quickly learned tonight that I didn't.
Okay. That you didn't want to do it?
I don't want to do it. I didn't, just because I didn't kill anyone.
Okay.
I stabbed someone.
Who did you stab?
Nigga.
My younger brother, Christopher.
Christopher.
How you say you didn't want to kill nobody, but you stabbed somebody? An innocent person at that. Yes. So I didn't want to kill nobody, but you stabbed somebody. Stabbing leans to what? Killing. Like, what is this video, bro? I ain't gonna lie. What is this, bro?
9, I think.
What did you stab him with?
My knife.
What's your knife look like?
It's green, kind of like camouflage, honestly, not with.
On where your hand goes or where the blade is? It's camouflage?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
all camouflage.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah.
How big is it? Show me how big it is.
I think it's about this big.
Wow.
So what was Christopher doing when you stabbed him?
He was laying on the bathroom floor. Robert was also stabbing him. Robert asked me to go over and help him. So I stabbed Christopher and then,
Where did you stab him?
side of the neck.
Really? Okay. You okay?
Yeah.
You okay? Let me know if you need a break or anything, okay?
I'm good.
So was Christopher still alive when you stabbed him?
Yes.
What was he saying and doing?
He was just screaming.
Screaming. Did you say he was in the bathroom?
Yeah, I was next to the toilet.
Michael in this section admits his direct involvement in the crime by confirming that he stabbed Christopher, one of the victims. This confession is a significant development in the interrogation. Although Michael's statement that he didn't mean to kill Christopher suggests a complex emotional response such as remorse or regret for his actions need to be considered.
Exactly.
Additionally, Michael
Throw the
looks
book at
visibly
him.
uncomfortable while explaining the details of how he stabbed Christopher. It suggests that saying these details out loud may be emotionally distressing for him, and he may be struggling to confront the reality of his actions.
So, you know,
Why did he want to do it?
kill people.
Yeah.
Well, mainly two reasons, I think. It's, because he just, like, he says he hates everyone. He thinks society is pointless, and so he wanted to kill people.
Now, do
And
you,
also he wanted to, like, beat the kill, like, amount
Hold up,
of
chat. Hold
other
up, chat.
famous.
Hold up, chat. Hold up, chat.
People like Columbine and James Egan Holmes.
okay. Did you kind of feel that way too? Like when you guys were talking earlier, like
Yeah,
like, do you have a problem with society too, you think?
no, I just,
Or you were just more like the number of people getting killed was kind of interesting and
yeah, I wanted to,
exciting?
yeah.
Okay.
Here, Michael initially confirms the inspiration for their violent plan to Robert's hatred for society and its insignificance. A notable contrast is evident when Michael is asked if he shares the same feelings about society as Robert. He confesses that his primary fascination was with the number of people they could kill, and that he didn't have a strong concern for society. This reveals that the two brothers had their individual motivations and priorities. Michael's response offers insight into his mindset, revealing a disturbing fascination with a potential scale of violence. This may be indicative of a detached or disturbed perspective of reality, potentially tied to psychological factors.
So, because you mentioned a couple names of, are those like serial killers or something?
What, like Columbine?
Yeah.
Columbine and James Egan Holmes. James Egan Holmes is a guy that shot up the theater.
In Colorado?
Yeah, he killed 12, and
Wow. How many were killed in Columbine?
Columbine, I don't know, like 15.
Okay.
How you know the numbers off top? Yeah, he's weird, bro.
So did you guys have a goal? Did you have a number?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kill like 50.
Wow.
So how, okay, so
No
as the
book
planning
at him.
goes, tell me what plans you started making and coming up with.
Well, originally, I think kind of stayed steady throughout the month, is we wanted to kill everyone at the house first,
Okay.
and then wait for all the packages to show up over the weekend. And then we take the Yukon, we together our state with the guns and start killing, rampaging.
Wow.
Did you know where you were gonna drive to?
Towards Washington.
Washington State or DC?
Washington State.
Okay.
Washington State.
Why would you go to Washington State?
For real, why?
Just kind of,
never
yeah,
been
it's
there?
just kind of the direction we.
Michael reveals that he and Robert drew inspiration for their violent actions from the violence perpetrated by infamous serial killers like James Holmes, who killed 15 people in a Colorado theater, and the Columbine High School shooting by Eric Harris. This admission highlights their influence from real-life individuals who committed heinous crimes. It indicates a desire for notoriety, or a distorted sense of being famous. There is a potential chance that their detailed planning and obsession was due to this external influence. From the interrogation that we've covered earlier, Aaron Ybarra also drew his inspiration from Eric Harris.
How long have you had these feelings?
The evil feelings or the good ones?
Both.
Since I was 13, the good feelings until 23 when my stuff got taken away. My bedroom furniture got taken away.
So in the last 3 years, you've started having these bad feelings?
Yeah.
And can you describe the bad feelings to me?
I just felt nothing but hate, 100% hate towards the world, towards everyone. I threatened to massacre the local bar once, because I just wanted everything and everyone to die. And then Columbine came to mind. I don't know how, but it just hit me. When I was watching the news when I was a kid, Columbine, like Eric Harris just came into my head. The mastermind of the shooting.
Right.
And I kept identifying with him ever since the past 3 years, because he just made everything so exciting. He made hate so exciting.
Wow.
An outright example of how this news has a negative influence on teenagers.
So then kind of what happened is, I mean, you guys started getting all that
Bro,
stuff
this is
together.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
You're throwing things away and.
Yeah, and we doing all the packages and the holsters, arrows, all that stuff was going to get Coffee Miners on. And so we set a date.
So was the plan, to use the knives at first on the family?
Here's the next one.
Because the guns weren't gonna be here till later on?
Yeah, and the guns would be too loud.
Oh, I see.
So, going to use the knives on the family, which obviously. did
Bro,
not
I don't know
use
what to say. I'm just shocked, bro. Like,
Yeah,
No, I just saw the red swords right now. Like, we didn't put one.
I'm just shocked, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what to say no more.
did, so then you picked a date, you said?
Yeah, which was yesterday night. That was the date.
Did you pick a time and everything?
Yep, yeah, midnight.
Wow, they planned all this out for real, for like
So
a
how did you
GTA
guys,
heist.
he just came and got
Crazy,
you, or you
bro.
got him, or what'd you guys do?
We were hanging out in our bedroom waiting.
Okay, and so.
How'd you pick the date?
It involved with the packages and stuff we have, because all the ammunition, he didn't want them to see that. So we killed him the day before the ammunition got held, the day after we moved.
Do you guys not like your mom and dad? I mean, have they, I mean, most
Great
teenagers
question.
don't like their parents, so I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, mom was okay, but dad was a little bit,
Just a little bit too much.
yes.
In this section, Michael reveals that they chose the attack date based on the ammunition delivery, with Robert's motive being to hide it from their family. This suggests the distorted perspective that the brothers have about reality, and they just needed an excuse to inflict violence. Moreover, he also explains that they opted for knives over guns to minimize noise and attention. Here, notably, Michael expresses a relief that they didn't get the ammunition after all, recognizing the potential for even more widespread harm, possibly showing a hint of remorse or awareness of the gravity of their plans.
My sister, she came in because she was getting to go to bed. She came in to tell us.
How old is?
13.
Okay.
She came in to tell us that mom wanted us to get the kitchen done before we went to bed and put the cats up. And basically, we did what we planned. I got to my desk, and I had to look at something to just get to roll up. We went up behind her, grabbed her, and slid with you.
Really? What did he use?
His large red knife.
Okay, a large red knife?
Yeah, it's like mine.
How big is it?
It's like mine, right? It's about
Oh, I see.
that big. And then she fell to the ground screaming. Mom came in first, and then she was
Is
in
your
the
room
hallway.
upstairs or something? I haven't been to your house, so I don't know.
Her room is downstairs. It's towards the back of the
Okay.
house.
I'm curious
So she fell down and started screaming.
Well, he
Yeah,
gonna tell us, bro.
Kept
But
stabbing her. I kind of freaked out because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't planning on
Were you
this.
saying anything, or, I mean?
I just stood there.
Okay.
And then mom came in yelling, "Call the police!" And then he went over and stabbed her.
Then he stabbed her?
Yeah, he probably stabbing her, pushed her, further down the hallway, and got up and ran.
Okay.
She ran out the door.
Okay, so she sat down at your desk, and he slit her throat, you said?
Well, she was standing at my desk and
Oh, I
came up
see.
behind and slit her throat, and then she fell down screaming.
And then he stabbed her some more? When he was stabbing her some more, where was he stabbing her?
Her neck.
Oh, at her neck.
Her neck
Wow.
and her stomach.
Stomach, okay.
And then my mom came in and she started yelling, "Call the police, get dad." And then he came over and started attacking her. He actually got up and ran out the front door.
Wow.
And once mom was on the ground, he got up and started chasing after her.
And what were you doing?
Standing
Did you
there.
come out in the hallway?
No, I was just standing in my room. And the process, I don't know what I was doing.
Michael shows visible signs of discomfort during his
So it
explanation
sound
of the
like
first
he-
attack initiated by himself and Robert on his 13th.
it sounds like he didn't want to do it, but he did it anyways. Like, you feel me? Like, he didn't want to do it, but he was just there. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to do it to his family specifically. Like, you feel me? He was just there for it.
13-year-old sister. Restlessness, along with deep and heavy breaths, suggests that recounting the details of this violent act is emotionally distressing for him. Detective Bentz, on the other hand, adopts a composed and steady demeanor throughout this time. His questioning and cross-questioning are aimed at gaining insights related to the psychological factors that drove the two brothers to commit such a heinous act.
So he stabbed your mom with the same knife?
Yep, same knife.
And where did he stab her?
I think in the neck too.
Okay.
And no, actually, he stabbed her in the neck, pushed her into the kitchen, and then stabbed her. So with her, she started screaming, ran into the family, at the same time, he realized and left the house.
Okay.
I ran over and disabled the alarm.
Okay.
That's what I did. And then
Where's the pad for your alarm?
It's now the front door.
It's what?
It's now the front door.
Near the front door?
Yeah, and so I went over and disabled the alarm so it wouldn't,
But has she already gone outside?
She went outside and then Robert went after her.
So where did she?
She was laying in the driveway and he to go her back the bench, if you don't know it, and started choking her.
On the bench out front?
Yeah, it was like a little bench, and he threw the bench on her and went back inside to go after the little kids.
Did he bring her in or did she stay out there?
She stayed out there until he asked me to bring her in. I ran out. I had to go her inside. That's why she's in the NCUA. I had to go her inside.
Oh, you brought her back in.
Yeah,
Was she still alive?
Yeah, she was still screaming. And then that's about the time Dad came down.
Okay.
Because his bedroom's upstairs. And he went back in the police area where Robert was. The police area, that's what they call it, a room. And they started attacking Dad. They got a little bit of a fight. But then eventually Robert got him down and I think he killed him.
Did he cut his throat too?
Michael's quick response to questions without much hesitation may suggest his eagerness to get done with this conversation as soon as possible because he was slowly getting more and more uncomfortable.
Yeah, he probably just
Detective Bentz recognizes
get it
Michael's
out, bro.
discomfort and employs a calm and reassuring tone in response. By adjusting his tone and demeanor, he attempts to convey understanding and empathy, emphasizing the importance of discussing the details. This approach aims to create a supportive and non-confrontational atmosphere, encouraging Michael to share more openly.
Who's ready to hatch some cool pets? Click here to make your...
Daniel was in his room, which is down the hall, and I was like, "Let me."
How old's Daniel?
I think he's 12.
Okay.
And I was like, "Let me in," and he let me in. He was sitting down on the phone with the police. I grabbed the phone, which is my phone. Got my phone, and then I ran into the kitchen and I smashed the underground. So,
which was your phone?
Yeah, it was my phone.
Now you don't have a cell phone anymore.
And then I went back down, and and Daniel and Christopher locked himself in the bathroom, Daniel locked himself in Dad's office.
Okay.
And then I finally got both of them to open the door, because they thought I wanted in there to see.
But they were in different rooms?
Yeah, they're right next to each other. Right?
Oh, I see.
And then Robert went in and stabbed him, and they went in and stabbed Christopher. That's when I stabbed Christopher.
So when he stabbed Daniel, where did he stab Daniel?
I think he shanked him in the neck, and then Daniel ran off, and so I went in and started attacking Christopher.
So Daniel got stabbed in the neck and ran off?
Yeah.
Where did you run to?
He ran into the family room about Mom. Mom ended up, she was laying on the ground yelling, "Call 911."
Okay. And he stopped in there?
Yeah, he collapsed in there, and then Margot came in and started stabbing him in the chest.
Oh, I see. And then who's the youngest, the 4-year-old?
The 4-year-old, I don't know what happened with her. I hope she's alive.
I'm sorry, I messed up. The one that you stabbed, who was that? Christopher, that's what I'm trying to say. He's 8. 10. And he was in the bathroom.
Yep.
So Daniel had got stabbed in the neck, ran out to where your mom was.
Yeah.
Robert followed him, stabbed him some more.
Yeah, after we stabbed Christopher in the bedroom.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then basically after that, everyone was pretty much dead. We forgot about all.
Who was dead?
Everyone, I think,
Okay.
looked like they were dead, except for she was laying in the NCUA screaming. Then there was a knock at the door.
Okay.
Someone knocked at the door. I think that might have been the neighbor, because the police wouldn't have been there yet. And then they just kept knocking on the door. So we turned around. I grabbed on, put my soft vest and heavy vest on. I was carrying the plates. I put my helmet on. And then we went out the back door of Dad's office, climbed over the fence, went down into the park, and started cutting through the woods.
Okay.
We both collapsed. I think so. We were just sitting there.
Michael's inability to maintain direct eye contact suggests discomfort or unease while discussing this part in the interrogation. This avoidance of eye contact can be indicative of internal emotional conflict, guilt, or reluctance to confront the severity of his actions. Michael's description of how he lured his younger brother and subsequently stabbed them with little apparent remorse is chilling. The remorseless nature of the crime committed by Michael reveals a disturbing detachment from his closest people. Michael providing a detailed account of the final phase of the crime, including the escape to nearby woods to hide, indicates a willingness to cooperate with the interrogation process.
Listen, if you've been in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI app instead.
Call me.
That's what I did, and
Can you kind of, okay, I'm a little bit lost, I think because there's too many people in this house. There's you, there's Robert.
Yeah.
Okay, you're 16, he's 18. Then who's next?
Yeah, she's the third oldest. She was the first one.
Okay. And then Daniel,
And then Christopher.
then Christopher,
And then Victoria.
Victoria.
And then,
She's 4.
yeah, Victoria's 4.
Okay, and what's mom's name?
April.
April?
April Beverham, unmarried maiden name, I think you call it, is Sharp.
Sharp?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and Victoria's 4. And then what's Dad's name?
David.
David? Okay.
David.
And then, are there any other kids? How many kids is that? That's...
Then there was, she's a baby, she's about to turn 2, toddler. She was up in her bed.
Okay.
I think he forgot about her. And I think she stayed asleep until the police came. I saw them get her out, so she's okay.
So you saw them carrying her out?
Yeah, I was in the car.
Was that the plan, was to kill her too, though?
He was what kept like one.
Okay.
Wow.
Detective Rihanna Russell takes the initiative to reiterate the number of family members involved with an attempt to have a proper clarification and also have
they're
additional
sick. Throw the book
information
at 'em,
based on
bro.
Michael's willing participation in the interrogation. However, Michael shares a disturbing revelation. He told detectives that they had initially planned to kill even the youngest sibling, Autumn, but that Robert forgot about her. This
That's
detail
good he did,
explains
bro.
the level of premeditation
God
involved in
did,
their
bro.
actions, while also revealing a lapse in their plan. Michael also mentions seeing the youngest sibling safe in police custody when they were arrested. This suggests a degree of concern or relief regarding her well-being, adding complexity to his emotional state and motivations.
So, we talked a lot about your plans.
Yeah, like I said before, it's like he wanted to, you feel me, somebody, but he didn't want to do it to his family, but the older brother wanted to do it to the family. But he didn't want to do it to the family. That's what it's like. That's what it's given from him. Like, you feel me, like he wanted to do that from somebody, but he didn't want to do it to his family. But the older brother wanted to do it to the family, but he wanted to, you feel me, somebody anyways, and he was like, it is what it is. Like, I'm okay, cool. I'm gonna go with it. But he didn't really want to go with it. If y'all get what I'm trying to say, like, you feel me? Like he was just there, what was happening, type. You feel me? But the older brother did all the work, most of all the work. He just did little stuff. You feel me?
In the beginning, because here's what I don't understand is, as you and Robert are kind of planning things out, I mean, because you seem like a really smart kid, and that you kind of, it seems like you had some pretty detailed plans. You guys had good equipment and weapons, and it seems to me, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I would think that as you guys planned this out, you had maybe more specific plans, like Robert was gonna kill this person, and you were gonna kill. So who were you supposed to kill?
I was supposed to take my pistol crossbow. Who was supposed to shank his son. She was supposed to die quietly. Yeah, she was going to be the first one, she was. And then Robert would go in, slit mom's throat, push her over with him, and both go in and kill Victoria.
Because it was supposed to be like quiet, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to go over there. And then I would go upstairs and shoot David, Dad, and the guy with my pistol crossbow, which would kill him. And then Robert would go over and kill him.
Okay.
In this part of the interrogation, Detective Bentz seeks to extract detailed information about the attack. A subtle yet significant observation occurs when Michael, in the course of describing Robert's actions in their father's room, uses the name David instead of the more familiar Dad. Although it's not an uncommon practice in Western culture to call parents by their name, but it is not appreciated either. This choice of terminology suggests a notable emotional disconnect between Michael and his father. The use of the father's first name rather than the affectionate or familiar term might imply a certain emotional distance or detachment from his father. This potentially shed light on their family dynamics, as David was quite strict with his children, and the kids were mostly homeschooled and did not do much social interaction as well.
Millions find a low-cost health plan at healthcare.gov so they can enjoy more visits.
So, who all died? Who do you know died for sure? Like, what's the count? How do we know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who do you think died?
Dad, Mom, Daniel. That's about all I know because I saw them.
And Daniel's the one that you stabbed?
No, Chris was the one I stabbed. Daniel's the one he went in and stabbed him in the lungs.
And he was in the living room
with Mom.
And Christopher, you stabbed him in the neck.
Yeah, he was in the bathroom.
So was he still making noise when you left, or how did that go?
Yeah, he was still yelling when I left. I don't know if I killed him. I think he might have been alive because later I came back and the door was shut and locked. I tried to kick it down.
Okay.
Just those holes in that door now.
So.
You kicked it down?
I didn't kick it down.
Okay.
I
Who did?
tried to. Nobody kicked it down.
Oh.
It stayed intact. I don't know what's in there if he's still alive.
Did you, because here's what I'm seeing happen. You know, you guys had all these detailed plans, you had all the cool stuff to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it kind of started falling apart, and you said, like, it didn't go as planned. Did you kind of just freak out a little bit, like,
Yeah,
what's really happening?
Well, I didn't know it was going to be like.
Yeah, you don't. But here's what's getting me is like.
What you thought it was gonna be like that?
It's crazy because you guys worked together and made all these plans, and you know had it all figured out. And then when it happens, you're just kind of standing there not doing anything. And did you
The
just
same thing, like I said, it's like he wanted to do it to somebody, but he didn't want to do it to his family when it was time to do it. But I think if it wasn't nobody that wasn't his family, he probably would have did a little bit more. But since it was his family, and like he seen it happen for real, he was probably like, you feel me? He was probably in shock, like, oh, I don't really want to do this to my family, but you feel me? I want to do it to somebody else.
decide like Robert's gonna kill everybody and I'm gonna stand here and do nothing, so I better. Did you?
I think that was my plan. I didn't want to kill anyone or who anyone. I couldn't do it, so I was going to let
Exactly, he couldn't do it to his family.
kill everyone.
Yeah, but you stabbed somebody in the neck.
I just kind of.
Detective Bentz is actively trying to gauge Michael's mental state, especially to understand his feeling, considering a few hours have already passed after the crime was committed. With Detective Bentz's consistent push, Michael admits Robert killed most of the members, minimizing his involvement.
But
Detective
still, you
Bentz
still
employs a
did
reverse
something, bro. You
psychology
still were
tactic
there
by
involved
suggesting
in
that both brothers wanted to be famous, encouraging Michael not to give away all the credit to Robert. This approach is aimed at motivating Michael to share more details by emphasizing his role and significance in the events. It plays on the desire for recognition or notoriety, potentially encouraging Michael to open up more.
This game,
It's
you're not
lame.
ready for it.
So here's a problem that we might have, and I don't want it to be an issue for you because you've been really cooperative. We're gonna talk to Robert too. So he's gonna give us his version of the story, and sometimes they're gonna be different. So, is there anything that you kind of didn't quite tell me right, or you changed a little bit, and now that you understand that Robert's gonna tell me everything?
How could I tell you that I forgave them? Because that's what I told him, when we were sitting out in the woods, to make conversation. But, forensics will show you how they stabbed Christopher.
What three?
What do you mean you told him? So you told him you killed 3 people?
Yeah, I told him, because he asked me how many did you get, I said 3.
Did you tell him who you got?
No, I just said 3.
So do you, I guess this is my question for you. Do you think it's a lesser sentence if you killed 1 or if you killed 3?
Man, exactly. Throw the book at him.
I don't know. I think Robert that's what I'm concerned about. And we don't want you to come off as a liar. I mean, because you've been real cooperative. You seem like a really good kid. You know, you graduated high school early.
A really good
You're
kid
designing games.
that helped design kill his family, bro.
There's all kinds of stuff you got going on. And so I don't want people to get a bad opinion of you and think that you're the type of guy that lies to police when he's kind of caught. You know what I mean? So tell me, I know that you're leaving something out. Because it's like she said, you know, this isn't like you stole a bicycle. You know, this is the most you can do. You know, so it's a big deal. But a lot of people, when they talk and think about this thing, your honesty is a big deal, and how you handle yourself from here on out. And if you come off, because to me you don't seem like a bad guy. You know, like you don't scare me. I mean, I never thought you would have done this. So you just seem like a normal kid to me, and you seem like an honest kid. But see, I talk to people all the time, and I mean, I know when people are lying, or when I'm not quite getting the whole story. And so I just want to catch you before you get in that bad spot where people start saying you're a bad guy, you're evil, you're a liar. So just tell me what I'm missing.
I mean, along with the Duke thing, I was going around to like convincing the people who were still alive that like I was on their side. I called the police, you know, so they would like stay and I would get them.
So they kind of stay on the ground, and he'd be able to come stab him again.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to go get Robert to let him know someone was still making too much noise or anything?
No, it was chaotic. It was just going from person to person.
So what kind of things did you say to them?
But the only things I said to them was when I was trying to convince them that I was with them, so they would, you know, come to me and could kill them.
Okay. And that's all you think that he might tell me different? Is he gonna lie to me?
I don't know. I don't think he would lie because I'm pretty sure the only reason he's like he let himself get arrested and it's not like getting a major shootout and dying from the police is because he went to see the aftermath. So I don't know his wants to.
Oh, I see.
In this interrogation section, Detective Bentz informs Michael that Robert will also be questioned, stressing the chance for Michael to correct any inaccuracies. Despite this, Michael remains composed, answering with confidence through direct eye contact and frequent head nods.
Oh, he told
acknowledges
a
the
real
possibility
story.
of Robert lying about Michael's involvement due to an obsession with assuming full
The brother
responsibility,
Mylotto.
offering insight into their motivations. Detective Bentz's transparent
I gotta
approach,
pop my
mentioning
knee,
Robert's
bro. I gotta pop my knee. It ain't even popping. It ain't even popping, chat. Crazy.
interrogation and the consequences of falsehoods seems effective in encouraging Michael's cooperation and truthfulness.
So you think he may kind of just tell us what happened too? Okay. Did you guys talk about being on the news and getting to see each other on TV and stuff?
Yeah.
What kind of things did you say and talk about?
Mostly about how we were planning on killing more people.
Yeah.
Top. And we become famous. We get on Wikipedia lists.
Oh, okay.
Famous people.
That'd be a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think they
There's
might
other
make a
ways to do
movie or
that, but bro.
something, or a TV show?
I don't know about a good TV show, but
Did you guys talk about that?
yeah, definitely documentaries and stuff.
There's other ways to do that.
He just wanted to be famous.
What did you want?
Me?
You keep talking about what he wanted. What did you want?
No, I just wanted to go back to Luna's program.
I just wanted to go back and get a job.
But I mean, your big brother's telling you he wants to be famous, and you guys are making these plans. Surely you want some of that fame too, right?
Yeah, I do want to do it with him because, like, he's going to do it no matter what. He says if I don't do it with him, they'll just kill me too, or leave me there. So,
Michael shares significant
So you basically
information
trying to say he was
about
like
his intention
pressured.
to kill his family. He discloses that Robert insisted on his assistance with the attack, emphasizing Robert's active role in planning and executing the violence. Michael goes on to explain that Robert intended to kill all family members anyway.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense though. Like, But look, if you think about it, he said he was just standing there, he didn't really do nothing. He was just standing like kind of watching type shit. But the only person he did like do something to was the Chris brother. So that kind of makes sense. Like, you feel me? He was like kind of pressing into it because the whole time he said he was kind of just standing there type shit. Like he was just like standing. It's like, you feel me? Just standing watching. So it kind of do make sense that, you feel me? His brother did tell him that, like, if you don't do it with me, I'm gonna get you too, bro. So like, I mean, his story sounded truthful. His story
Anyway, and
sounded
threatened to kill
truthful.
Michael if he didn't comply and join in.
It's
This
that
revelation
sounded
highlights
truthful.
the intimidating and manipulative tactics employed by Robert to ensure Michael's participation
His story
in the
sounded
violent
truthful. I
acts.
ain't gonna lie. It sounded he telling the
Given the
truth.
strong bonds between the two brothers, Michael's choice to participate in the violence can be seen as a survival instinct. However, there was no denying that Michael had opportunities to stop Robert, as he mentioned in the beginning that they were planning for this for 2 months. Moreover, during the interrogation, there is no significant proof that he regretted his action. He didn't shed a single drop of tears while describing how each member was killed.
I ain't gonna lie. He probably ain't regret it because he said if he didn't go into it with him, he was gonna get got too. So that's probably why he don't regret his actions because you feel me? He's still alive. So that's probably why he didn't cry nothing like that because he don't regret his actions because he's still living today. So I mean that makes sense why he don't regret his actions because if he didn't cooperate, he would have got too. So I mean that makes sense why he not emotional about it because he's still alive and his other family not. So kind of makes sense why he don't regret it.
Thus, his intention to blame Robert for all the murders might not work out. Although Michael's disclosure of Robert forcing him to join in could potentially provide him with some benefit of doubt in the legal proceedings.
Welcome to Adapted Mind, the Monster Math Academy. Your child can make their...
Kind of gave me a quick version of what he's saying that you did. Yeah. And you haven't told me everything, okay? So I know you're not being completely honest, and I gave you one shot already.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you might have said. I mean,
Well, you stabbed more than one person. So who else did you stab? Or you stabbed more than just one time?
Oh, I stabbed Christopher more than one time.
How many times did you stab him?
I think twice.
Because you don't think we're gonna know that?
Stop thinking and go with what you know.
You mentioned forensics a minute ago.
I know.
I mean, I'm just one of like hundreds of people that are gonna look at this thing, okay? I mean, we got the state police coming in. There's, I don't know, 20 different forensic detectives at your house right now.
I ain't gonna lie. He probably did. Like, if the brother said he stabbed somebody more than one time, he probably did stab, like, you feel me, Chris more than one time. But like the story that he telling, bro, it seemed like he ain't stabbed nobody other than Chris. So he probably, with Big Brother say he stabbed somebody more than one time, he probably stabbed Chris more than one time. That's what I think.
They're going to be there a long time because of the scene that it is.
So everybody that you killed and every single stab wound that you inflicted, we're gonna know about. And this is your last chance to just kind of let us know, to be honest, to man up and tell us exactly what you did.
No, I was not picking my nose.
And
I was
start
scratching
making
up under my nose right here.
I did not stab Victoria with Daniel.
You did not stab Victoria.
I tried to stab Mom.
You stabbed your mom.
When she was walking away, I tried to go for the neck, but, you know.
Is that when you cut yourself then?
Yeah, I think after that.
Where did you stab her?
I tried to go from behind it, cut her whole body.
Did you cut her?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like something you have to think about. I know you're still kind of dealing with it. And I wasn't there.
I mean, he probably say he thinks so. I'm not trying to tell it for him, but like, he probably say he thinks so because in the process he cut himself, so he probably think, or he probably know that he ain't get her all the way, but you feel me, grazed her a little bit, probably a little cut on her, but he said he also cut himself too, so he probably ain't get all of it. Anyway, throw the book at him, bro. Throw the book at him, bro.
I wasn't the one doing
Either
it.
way, throw the book
You
at him,
don't
bro.
have to think about it. You know what you did. So you cut her neck. You stabbed Christopher in the neck. How many times did you stab Christopher?
2 or 3, I think.
And who else?
2 or 3.
Besides mom.
Because here's the thing, everybody's been stabbed, and you both had knives, and we know you both stabbed everybody. So you guys are kind of at the same level, and so now it's who's going to be honest and make this right, and who's a liar. Okay, which one do you want to be?
I'm not.
Okay, so you're a man of your word?
Yes.
Okay. And do you want to make this right and do the right thing at this point in time?
Yes.
Okay. What else are you missing?
You want to start over then?
From like.
You tell us where you need to start.
Oh, you gonna start over?
Stabs.
Yeah. Okay, he already said that.
I was stabbed to a window.
You want to start over then?
From like.
You tell us where you need to start.
Oh, you gonna start over?
Stabs.
Yeah. Okay, he already said that.
I was stabbed to a window.
He already said he hit Chris, bro. He already said it, bro.
$0 delivery fee. Gotta have a Wawa.
What if you could generate a new income stream just by simply loading up some mini ebooks online onto Amazon?
Detective Bentz's direct confrontation with Michael about his role in the crime creates a pressure on Michael and a sense of urgency to address inconsistencies in his previous statements. Michael's nervousness becomes apparent in his facial expressions as he faces this confrontation. With forensic evidence and Robert's confession, Michael's defense finally starts to crumble. This shift in his narrative is a response to the change that Detective Bentz made in terms of the intensity of his assertiveness in addressing Michael.
You only stabbed your family because they were in the way? Towards the bigger plan?
Well, the reason we was trying to kill family is, they were in the way and, higher count.
Just to start off with a big count.
So is this all a game? This higher count, I'm confused. Is this a game?
It's more like to kind of become famous, kind of get, set a record.
Did you, now, because you said this yourself, you told Robert you killed 3.
Yep.
And so now we're stuck at the point where you've told us you stabbed Christopher and your mother. Is there one more person that you stabbed and you didn't mention earlier?
No.
Okay.
I can stick to my one that I ain't stabbed anybody else, but it's nothing.
How do you feel about what you've done now?
I didn't like it the minute it started.
I mean, how do you feel about your mother? You
He don't be like his mother, that's why he keeps saying no.
And you watched her bleed all over the place and scream. How does that make you feel?
No, I don't think about it.
You don't want to think about it? And Christopher, your little brother, I mean, you stabbed him in the neck.
That's crazy. That's sickening, bro.
What has he ever done to you?
For real.
You just
Stole your cookies. Use the computer when you went home. Like, what do you like?
It's what?
Pointless.
Pointless.
What did he annoy you? Like, come on now, bro. Be honest, bro.
Would you be willing to write us a statement kind of explaining what we just talked about?
Yeah.
Kind of starting at the beginning.
Like this.
Like,
Paper. I don't know if I can get that well.
Yeah, pen and paper is what I'm talking about.
In this concluding part of the interrogation, Michael finally admits to a sinister motive. The family's murder was just the start of a plan for mass killings, driven by a desire for fame through violence. When asked about his feelings regarding the violence against his mother and his little brother, Michael acknowledges his discomfort and emotional detachment, possibly stemming from deep-rooted psychological issues and disturbed family dynamics. He also reveals that at the time of the crime, he dehumanized them as just numbers in order to get famous, but now he recognizes the pointlessness of it all, hitting at a sense of regret. Although 3 years after the crime took place, Michael received his court verdict on May 10, 2018. The jury, after more than 5 hours of deliberation, found Michael Beaver guilty of killing his parents and 3 younger siblings, as well as attempting to kill his then 13-year-old sister, who survived and became a key witness for the prosecution.
Dang.
The verdict was delivered based on the testimonies provided by Crystal Beaver and a wealth of evidence, including the interrogation footage. When Judge Sharon Holmes read the verdict, it had a profound impact on those present in the courtroom.
She look like Don
Many of the
Cheadle, bro.
jurors openly wept as the verdict was announced. Michael, upon hearing the verdict, fell to the floor and had to be assisted back into his seat by a sheriff's deputy. This dramatic moment marked a significant turning point in the legal proceedings surrounding the tragic case. Robert Beaver ultimately pleaded guilty to all charges and received a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Michael Beaver's trial commenced on April 16, 2018, and he was sentenced on August 9, 2018 to life in prison with the potential for parole. This case left a deep trauma in the hearts of the people of Oklahoma, particularly within the Broken Arrow community. The gruesome nature of the crime made neighbors uneasy and disturbed by the sight of the property. It served as a daily reminder of the tragedy, turning a once vibrant family home where children played into a place haunted by dark memories for all who bore witness to it. Consequently, the city council made the decision to transform the property into a reflection park. As the city councilor, Mike Lester, expressed it, this place is a place that nobody wishes to remember, but one that nobody can ever forget. The park was an attempt to bend the perspective and create a positive narrative as a closure for this case. As we conclude this harrowing case, we are left with a profound sense of the impact that violence and tragedy can have on a community. The transformation of a once happy family home into a haunting reminder of the past serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of our lives and the enduring power of memories. As we reflect on this case, it prompts us to ask some challenging questions.
These niggas look weird.
Did the Beaver brothers consider the consequences of their plans? Did Michael kill his little brother Christopher and his mother just to save himself from Robert? Or did he have personal motivation in terms of gaining fame?
I think.
How does a community heal from...
I think it was both. I think it was because he wanted to get famous and because he wanted to get away from the brother. Or he wanted to you feel me, like, stay alive. I think the brother did actually tell him that though. You feel me? But I think he actually did want to become famous from that, when you can do other things. Like, you could do what I'm doing right now, become famous. But anyways, yeah. I'll catch y'all boys in the next reaction. I'm gonna leave everything down, link in the description. I don't think I said that earlier in the video. Well, it's gonna be all linked in the description. Let me know if y'all want more true crime videos. I know the video was long, but I'm gonna try to chop it up the best I can. And see y'all boys and girls later. Yo.